All right, good morning everyone. This is Oscar with Eco Air. We are a service-based company based out of Riverside, California, where we specialize in air conditioning, that right there, and heating, which is this bad boy right here. And today's conversation, or today's topic, is going to be based on how much a heater repair costs, which is obviously a very common thing right now during the winter, where, we are going to a lot of calls, where people, furnaces were working and now not working. Diving right into it, the most common issue is dirty filter. So you guys have to check that dirty filter, make sure that it is clean, because if that's super dirty, those dust particles kind of spread into the interior of that furnace and start messing up a bunch of parts. So that is the first thing to check, right? And assuming your filters have been clean and everything's good, another common issue is the flame sensor, which can cost you anywhere between $250 to $500, just depending on, again, location, how hard it is to get out, diagnose and whatnot. Or it can also be as simple as a faulty thermostat, which is always best case scenario, right? We're not trying to hurt the pockets of our clients either. We're trying to actually save them money in the long run, but it all depends on on the package that they do decide to go with, that's going to increase the longevity of their furnace. So those are like the best case scenarios. We've gone to calls where it's just the valve is closed. Maybe another company or their nephew, Timmy, went out and tried to fix it, and he couldn't fix it, and he forgot to fire that thing back on or turn that knob back on, and it was just like a dirty filter. And again, something like that, I mean, we're talking anywhere between $99, just like the service charge. If it's something super easy, we're still going to give like that whole system a full diagnosis and see what try to avoid any future problems with that system. So a really big one is that heat exchanger. And that heat exchanger, with time, assuming your furnace is 15, 20 years old, there's a high probability that it could be cracked. And when it's cracked, we've got carbon monoxide leaking through there, which can potentially harm, God forbid, kill somebody, So that's a very serious common issue, which that one's gonna cost you anywhere between $2,500 to $5,000. Like, it all depends on how soon we can get the parts and the availability on that too. Another one is going to be maybe the circuit board. Again, and it all stems from having a dirty filter. When that system's really running and it's really trying to function and it's being super restricted with its airflow, it's going to make those parts inside break. So another common issue is the circuit board, which is like, the little motherboard that these furnaces come with, assuming that it's made within the last 20 years. There's some really old ones out there. But yeah, having that would probably cost you anywhere between, $400 to $800, maybe more, maybe less, just again, based off of the size and location of that furnace. Let's see, pretty much covered most of these basic repair calls. The blower motor as well, again, that stems off of either a dirty filter or just it being super old, and it's time to time to maybe replace that furnace, right? Just that's the only way we're going to guarantee that you're going to be comfortable inside your house with your kids. Let's see, that kind of covers most of the common stuff that we're coming across. So yeah, I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much.